To the Associate Minister for the Environment, what recent announcements has he made about reforming freshwater rules?
Honourable Andrew Hoggard.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Last week, the Minister of Agriculture and I announced the opening of consultation on sweeping changes to the National Policy Statement on Freshwater Management. We are seeking views on proposals which will cut the red tape for farmers so they can get back to feeding New Zealand and the world. Proposals include making sure that council planning balances community objectives, including economic and social benefits, with environmental protection. Introducing flexibility to councils to set their own bottom lines according to what their people want. Making provision for on-farm water storage and ensuring that we can continue to have domestic vegetable production.
Supplementary. Madam Speaker. Why is it important that vegetable production is covered in the new freshwater rules?
Madam Speaker, local council rules have made it harder and harder to grow fresh, healthy vegetables in New Zealand. And some of the stories I've heard almost from day one of being a minister are pretty silly. For example, the rules say you can't rotate crops within a catchment even though there is no increase in total production. You've just shifted it to another block. If we want Kiwis to access fresh vegetables at affordable prices, we have to be able to grow them. I don't want to be in a situation where we have to import all of our vegetables in cans or frozen because of overly strict freshwater rules. The consultation asked the public what they think about in terms of the best way to make sure we can keep growing veggies here in New Zealand.
Supplementary. How are the proposals a return to localism in freshwater management?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We are proposing on giving more power back to local communities through their councils by giving them the flexibility to set their own bottom line for contaminants. It is clear that setting bottom lines nationally, which was massively expanded under the previous government, has failed in a way to help people manage fresh water. It can't be right that for catchments even dominated by native bush, they can't always meet these national bottom lines for some contaminants. It's high time that Wellington gets out of the way so local communities can achieve the best environmental outcomes that they want.
Supplementary. How will the proposals rebalance freshwater management in the interests of all water users?
Madam Speaker, good regulation often requires policymakers to balance competing objectives in a way that makes people's lives better. The previous government's freshwater rules are bad regulation because what they do establish is a vague spiritual concept called Te Wai as the fundamental objective of the rules that must be addressed before all other community needs. This has led to the rules being applied in such a way that has strangled agricultural growth and bound farmers in compliance. We'll hold consultation to gather public feedback and encourage everyone to share their thoughts.